actors and animatronics, screams and scares. You are now tuned into the Disney Holic Show.
Hello and welcome to the Disney Holic Show. That's Jen Diz.
That's Mike TV.
Tonight we're going to hear about the Ghosts and Ghoulies from Universal Orlando Halloween Horror Nights Premium Scream, plus our thoughts on some of the breaking news from last weekend's Destination D23.
All the question marks.
This is maybe our
Wait, so are you trying to do?
third or fourth Halloween spooky episode of the year already. Something
I,
like that.
I am telling you, I am in it to win it Halloween style already. Like it is, ever since I
And
went
I
to that
am telling
con,
you.
full blown.
Uh-huh.
And I keep forgetting that not everybody else is.
I mean, it's hard to get away from it. Like even the stores, like if you go shopping.
Right? I wore a
Yeah.
Halloween cat shirt to a volunteering thing I did the other day, and this guy came up to me and he was like, "Oh, because it's volunteering for a Halloween parade, right?" So he's like, "Oh, it's kind of nice so we can wear our Halloween shirts to the volunteering because it's not Halloween season yet." I was like, "Psh, you can wear these any day of the year you want. Like, don't hold
Sean,
back."
I will state the opposite and say I'm over Halloween already and I've had a good Halloween and I'm ready for Christmas. Bring it on,
Oh yeah, you're one of
Christmas.
those. You're like
Let's
defrosting, just like your girl
defrosting.
Mariah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say as much as I do love All I Want for Christmas Is You, the music does get old once the Christmas shopping season starts and it's like on every commercial. So maybe, you know what I would really like, TBH, is just
So,
like a break between the two holidays.
you know that I'll get that too. I do like that because it
Yeah.
is just like, oh wait, what are we doing already? Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of yeah. Because as soon as like what August, mid-August hits all the way through the second week of January, it's like
Yep.
kind of
Some
constant. Yeah.
holiday
Okay,
thing.
fair.
We could use a nice break. Okay, but anyways, speaking of Halloween starting super early, Universal Orlando, well, I think both Orlando and Hollywood both began 2025's Halloween Horror Nights. Ooh.
That's right. You've already gone to two Halloween events.
Two
So.
Halloween events, and it's just barely September, and these both took place in August. So this year, I went to what they call Premium Scream. Now, this is a one night only of the entire season, one night. And this is only what I understand, the second year they've offered this. So it's brand new of a thing. So you can only compare it to last year. That's it.
Right.
And so I didn't go to last year, so I went to this year, and I was very pleased and satisfied with it, I must say.
Okay.
So what I was offered was for a price of, okay, I'm gonna botch this. Maybe our producers could look it up. I don't remember how much it cost.
Our producers.
I know it was under $500. I'll tell you that, for the whole event. And I think it was 350, I want to say. Maybe 250. And then I think I got a pass holder discount.
Wait, is
Anyways,
that I think that was a hint for me to start looking it up. Okay.
premium Scream Orlando Halloween Horror Nights.
Okay.
But what was offered to me was a night with shortened lines, shorter than normal lines, meaning there's no express pass. It's just a very short standby line. I was offered all of the specialty Halloween items on the food menu, which there are a lot. They're all included, every single one. And also included are beverages, non-alcoholic, but beverages like all the sodas and of course water. It was very humid, hot, warm day. And yeah, and just overall lower crowds. And most importantly, and most uniquely, Premium Scream offers pulsing, a pulsating, um, a pulsating walkthrough of each of the 10 horror houses. So normally,
Ooh.
even with Express Pass, because we've done all the versions, right? We've done RIP, you and I. We've done
Mm-hmm.
Express Pass and we've seen the normal. I've actually done the normal a long time ago. And it's so crowded even in the actual house once you get in, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's just single file line, chugging your way through it as quickly as they can make you, basically.
Yep, so
Yeah.
quick, and they're yelling
Back
at
to
you to
back with
keep
other people.
moving, keep on moving. And some people call that the conga line method. So here at Premium Scream, it is called, they just call it pulsing, and it's just your party. Sometimes it was like a mix of two pairs every now and then, which wasn't even a big deal at all because you'd kind of space out in the house anyways. But that made it night and day. Like going through, I was just with one other person going through. We felt like we were in our own horror movie, every house. And it just made it so much freaking scarier and much more fun and more relaxed. There was still a sense of keep it moving. Like you still felt that a little bit, but without people to bump into or bumping into behind you, it made such a difference. And the scares were more surprising for the most part. And it felt like, at least from what I understand, operationally or whatever, we have our operations brain. It seems better for so many things. It seems better for predicting the line time because it's now like they're like vehicles of people going through like an omni
Right.
mover. And then you can also time your pop outs and your jump scares much better if you're the actor, the scare actor in the
Yeah.
houses.
Okay. I thought you meant you. I was like, huh?
Oh, yeah, not me, the scare actors.
Yes, totally.
So cool. Like there were scenes where they would follow us from one part of the set and to another, and you didn't know they were still following you, and they went inside the house and through the other door. Things like that, where you normally would only get like one third of that, and then you're moving through. So yeah, I really loved that specific offering that Premium Scream um had exclusively.
Yeah. So first of all, it was $390.
All right, I was kind of all over
So
the place, but under
close
500.
to 400, yeah. Under 500. Um, but yes, I agree with you. I think that's my biggest complaint. Besides, mm, like I haven't done the regular lines in a long time. I think that would probably be my number one complaint if I didn't do an express pass or something. But outside of that, the next complaint is that like you miss most of the scares because it's like they jump out at the people in front of you. You didn't even get to see what it was because it's kind of like tucked around a corner or something.
Hmm.
And then, you're not getting any of the action and you're just getting shoved through the whole thing. The worst part for me though is the non-themed cast members or whatever they're called
Yeah, team
at
members,
Universal, team
TMs.
members that are yelling at you the whole time to keep walking. It totally takes me out of the situation. It drives me nuts. But anyways, I get they need to do their job. So no hate on them. It's just like a part of the
Yeah.
experience that just like sucks, in my opinion. But also, did you not have any trouble with people running into the back of you during this? Because I would think like
Oh,
you and I
no.
would be similar. We would want to take our time going through it, and the other people behind us might not by chance.
I think they're good at doing the timing. Like it was like they would say it was just like a ride. Like they would say right before the main door, into the warehouse or the stadium. What is it called? Into the studio, I guess studio
Oh, there's
building,
a name for it.
studio building into the
Stage
state.
21 or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know. Anyway,
soundstage into the
soundstage. There we
soundstage.
go.
They would say how many in your party, and you'd say two, and they'd say okay, one sec, hold, and then someone on their walkie-talkie. All right, go ahead, have fun, happy Halloween. So it was a lot like that. So I think there were also visuals in addition to like counting of
Right.
when to send the next people in, which is another thing I remember being able to take in the production design a lot more. Like when you first
Yes.
step into a soundstage, there's usually like a massive facade of an entrance when you first walk in. Like you'll feel the air conditioning, and then you'll see like the front of an actual house, if it's Beetlejuice, for example, inside the soundstage, right? And then you walk through. Normally you're just getting, yeah, shoved through there. Now you could take a step back and look at it, go, oh, wow. And then you walk in, which must be when they say send the next people in. I don't know. Um, but I think maybe a couple of times it happened. And uh, I will tell you that's because there were some parts that were so scary, and I will get to that shortly.
Oh,
Uh,
I know
yeah,
exactly what had probably
yeah.
happened.
So, but yeah, Premium Scream is what I went to. It's actually it takes place, from what I understand, the night before the park opens to the public. So everyone just seemed so happy and excited because they've probably been doing all the team member previews. They've been the people they want to work there, like the people who do this characters, especially now that I live in the Orlando area and getting to know people, like it's a fun thing that they look forward to, and it's very
Yeah,
competitive to get into it.
right.
And
It's not like, oh, this is just another whatever job. It's like people like, yeah,
yeah,
I get
yep,
it. Yeah.
yep. I know someone who now works at both Disney and Universal because he auditioned specifically to be part of the season coming up of Horror Nights. So the people that deserve the big, well, not deserve because they're on stage. So obviously everyone involved in Horror Nights who builds the sets, especially backstage and all that, incredible. But the performers at that night I went to, Premium Scream, were peak Horror Nights everything. They were at their tip top shape. If they are athletes, they are Olympians.
I bet you they have more fun doing that too because every group has like a more of an interaction with them versus just like
Yes.
having to randomly jump out every five people or something. And it just seems
Yep.
like it would be a better experience for them as well. That's cool.
I felt that vibe totally. And the other interesting part was that the you were mentioning those people who usually wear all black and try to blend into the walls and are yelling at you. They weren't really doing that. They were there, like you knew you had to keep moving because just the presence of them, but it
Yeah.
wasn't as scene breaking as it normally is. Like I wasn't feeling like the hall monitor was yelling at me.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
But I did mention again, it was the night before opening, so you also have the opening jitters, or not jitters, but you're excited. Maybe you're not jaded yet or annoyed. I don't know.
Right. I mean, well, if they're spacing you guys out, then they probably don't need to, unless you're
Yeah,
like dicking
yeah,
around for too long. But
dicking around.
also, I have a vivid memory of them being in blue shirts, like not even blending in,
Oh, you
but
could be
I
right.
could
I
be
don't
wrong.
remember. Yeah, it is a blur. Okay, so shout out to the performers. They were peak. We also did one of those shows, in the big stadium style theater. And that was a really good one again this year. It was giving Cirque du Soleil heavy metal, Halloween. Um, mm, there was an element of it was very sexual to the point where they announced that at the beginning. And they said, if you're uncomfortable, this is not for you. And then they did a play on, Universal loves to poke at Disney, and I think Disney loves it too. I mean, it's fun. They did the opening voiceover sounded a lot like we were about to watch Phantasmic
Oh,
because it was like, and the forces of evil, blah blah blah, and then it was like, except your wildest fantasies come true, whatever, and then it just got darker and more sexual, and then it said
that's
another
pretty
line from
cool.
Phantasmic, but like in that heavy metal voice. Now I can't remember what it was, but yeah, so cool, and everyone was loving it. Which is another thing. I think people who attend Premium Scream are all obviously fans in order to. It's not even the price. Like, I don't think the price is that high relative to things like RIP, but you had to like queue up to get this. It was a very stressful purchase experience. It was sold out in like 15 seconds, that type of thing. So everybody there are like theme park enthusiasts and excited. Um, all right. So you probably want to know my thoughts on some of the houses this year.
Please. Yes.
All right. So there were 10 houses. We did six of the 10. Not due to lack of time or anything of that. It's just overwhelming. There's
I
just
was
so
just
much
about
to
to ask
do.
why, if you had all this
Yeah.
access, why did you not do all 10?
So even with premium and all that, it was somehow more overwhelming because, and I know you're gonna relate to this. A lot of you all are. Everything was included. So every
What
time I
is
would normally pa
everything?
all the food, right?
Okay.
So I could pass up like three food booths, even with unique things, like at Epcot, and be fine not trying it and just be like, oh, that looks cute. But knowing that you could just walk up and eat it and they hand it to you, like within like 15 seconds. The longest we waited was maybe 5 minutes because they had to grill some shrimp, some more shrimp or something. But yeah, so we did eat a lot and I loved it. I thought it was fun. I thought, okay, I'll sacrifice some houses to enjoy the experience, like the full ambiance and the scare zones. We didn't even ride any, we rode one Universal attraction that Men in Black because there was literally no line. It was a walk on, so we thought it was spooky. So we did that, needed a break between all the
I was
scares.
gonna say, I think that one also doesn't have a line on regular
Right, yeah,
days.
yeah. And because we went standby with no line, there was like a whole part of the queue that I never saw before because we always have
Oh
express.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was
How
like, what?
funny.
There's this whole like elevator scene, and then you go down to the subterranean. I didn't know that. Anyways, yeah, so I do want to say it wasn't because of lack of time. It was more so how we decided to prioritize it. We also started the night late. It opened at 6 and we got there at 8 because it was a downpour, like flooding. But yeah,
Oh, you had
between
that for the other Halloween night
yep,
too. How do they
we
even,
did.
why is Orlando a thing?
Why
Can
is
we
it a
just
thing?
talk about why Florida's not fallen
Uh-huh.
off the map yet?
Yep.
I mean,
So
I want you
sick
to move before it falls off the map, but you
before
know
it
what I'm
falls off.
saying.
Drifts away. It's almost an island. It just needs a uh, little break. But yeah, so even with the 2 hours miss, again, I didn't mind it. All of these things I was willing to sacrifice, like, and I'll tell you why. Because one, I didn't want to start the day in the rain and be annoyed and wet, and number two, it doesn't get dark till 8:30, and I think
Oh yeah,
horror nights to me look so corny in the day. I don't, I just,
agreed. And
right?
if you go in the haunts, like your eyes don't have time to adjust,
Oh yeah, you're
which
right.
super
You
sucks.
can't see
Yeah, and I can't see
anything.
shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, just give me like 5 minutes in the front room before I move forward.
Yep. So I talked myself into being okay with all these things, but it is hard when you think of like value. I did kept thinking, oh, I did keep thinking I'm missing 2 hours. But realistically these days, even if I went to any theme park, going from like 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. is perfect. That's a dream. I don't need to go any longer. That's actually a little
Right.
bit long. So it worked out for me and my feet and my knees. Now, the food was so good, and I was so glad it was included because I wouldn't have purchased this many items. So I'll talk
Can
a
I
little bit about
ask
the
you real
food.
quick?
Yeah.
Is it like what's included, like one of each, or all you can eat, or like what is it like?
I will say it was not clear, but the people who were approaching it as all you can enjoy, which was annoying me, um, were given the food. So
Okay.
yeah,
They
like
weren't
there's
keeping
people like
track.
hoarding it at these little tables, and I'm just like, what is
Oh my
wrong with
God, that's
you?
so.
Like
People always have to fucking ruin
ruin it.
everything.
Yeah, and that means they might put a limit. This is only the second time they're testing stuff. Like, I don't know. And it just looks trashy seeing it like all piled up, like it's supposed to look pretty. And when they pile it up. And the worst part, whatever, do what you want. If it is all you can enjoy, do what you want. But the biggest issue is it holds up the line because now I'm waiting for you to get your five ube cheesecakes when there are already five ready for the next five people, single people.
Oh, are they
Anyways,
allowed to order five also with one person? That's
yep. They're
crazy.
like, oh, they're in the line or they're in the house, and I didn't want to go. Like, oh, we heard a lot of overheard at Halloween Horror Nights
All the
this time.
excuses.
All the excuses. But anyways, back to the houses. Star of the experience. There were 10 this year. I did six for all the reasons we just talked about, and I did choose the six that I really wanted to do. So I was happy. Now, out of the six, I would say five of the six, I rate 5 out of 5 pumpkins. 5 out of 5, excellent. Yep. Five of them
Okay.
were excellent. And one of the six I did, I would say was good.
So like a three?
Yeah, like a three. Like
It just is
like
fine.
great job.
Yeah.
Great haunted
Oh,
house.
maybe that's like a four then.
Yeah.
You got a
Or no,
good instead of
good
just
haunted
okay.
house. 3.5, the rare point 0.5. So anyways, um so yeah, I think and what I'm hearing from other people already now that it's been open for over the weekend, this is one of the best horror nights lineup that there has been in Orlando anyways. And I agree. I've been to maybe 3 or 4 and this is really great so far what I've done, the six. And my number one, and I'm going to call it my best overall house, was Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, and I was they have a really good mix this year of the 10 of original stories and then some big intellectual property IPs like Five Nights at Freddy's. So, you never know what to think about just because it comes from a big budget company or a TV show doesn't mean it's going to be good. But wow, color me impressed. Okay, best overall. There were a lot of scary parts. There was a lot of good pop outs. Some of the pop outs were just full on animatronics, so they might not be scary to people, but they were so impressive. I
Ooh,
thought,
cool.
how did they build like 20 animatronics just for a temporary, like seasonal walkthrough? And yeah, I was just impressed.
Huh.
And they had the full on, just like, so people haven't played the game. What Five Nights at Freddy's is a like haunted pizza arcade for children, very similar to Chuck E. Cheese or Showbiz Pizza. It even has a stage with an animatronic band, and Freddy Fazbender is the version of Chuck E. Cheese, like he's the giant animatronic animal, and there's different animals. And so it's spooky and creepy, and they kill people. And they had the full on stage, like it looked like you walked in Chuck E. Cheese, and they were moving and everything, all the
But
animatronics.
they come alive at like night, right? To the security
Oh
guards,
yeah, to make it
right?
scary is yeah,
Yeah.
when the place is closed for the night, they usually come alive. And you're playing as the security guard, yeah, surveillance
Yeah.
person in the video game, in the VR game. There's different versions, and there's also a movie and a sequel coming out. So yeah, they did it. They did it so good. Like this reminded me of I don't even know, like something you'd see maybe in Vegas or something. I not even. I was just so impressed there. So, and that was just the first scene. Like I was just like, oh wow, they made it feel like I walked into the game, and this reminds me of Chuck E. Cheese, and it is scary. And because you're getting to walk through slowly through that scene, you get to see a full scene, and I won't spoil it. Like something happens in there and it's so scary and starts it. And then yes,
Nice.
so you go through and there's the regular scare actors who do pop outs, and then there's the animatronics that pop out that are actual robots, like spring robots or whatever. And then there are scare actors dressed as the animatronics. So you don't know what is going on and what's real and not real, and it's just very scary. But that one I say best overall because it wasn't like over the top intense or scary, but it was just so well done. Like A plus to
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
nice, nice.
They really
Very
like I think
cool.
the fans of the game, the movie, or Haunts, everyone should be happy with that one.
So if that wasn't your scariest one, what was your, what would you claim to be the
Okay.
scariest?
The scariest one, let me see if I can pronounce this correctly, is called Galkn, 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 Monsters of the North. So this is an
Oh.
original Universal Horror Nights story they made for this year. And what I have been calling it is Frozen 2. And
I saw that on the list here. I was like, I don't think so, but okay, tell me
Frozen
more.
2
She called
and
Frozen 3.
Frozen 3. And someone else called it. Oh, actually, no, when we were looking through all the houses on our way in, my companion said, "What? That's not going to be scary. What is that one?" I was like, "What is that? In the snow? I don't think that's going to be scary in the snow." And I'm like, "But it's the woods." Like I was already saying, I never thought snow wouldn't be scary. That was the first time I heard someone say that. So it's like, okay, maybe he's right. So we both now agreed after that that it was the scariest one. And the reason why I call it Frozen 2 was it was pretty much the same storyline of Frozen 2, even with the
Oh.
like those Nordic symbols and them like calling out to in Elsa, but in this case to like the people walking through. Yep. Now imagine a horror version of Frozen 2. It was like that.
Okay.
There
Kind of
was
here for it.
some a little bit of like Thor, Odin, Norse mythology thrown in there too,
I was say, I wonder
for
if
good
they
measure.
brought like real folklore into that because they've got a lot of creepy ass
Yeah.
stories
It seems
for
like they
reals.
did. I think they did. There was like in the queue, there was like a lot of, I wasn't paying attention too much, but a lot of like the lady was like talking about the folklore. The lady in the speakers. Uh and at the end there is like this massive animatronic, and that one I was scared and ran pretty fast. Um so I don't know exactly what it was supposed to be, but it could very well be a real thing. Some of the jump scares were giving Wendigo, but in the snow.
Okay.
And some were giving like Matterhorn Everest at some scenes. But all of it was tied together with this like Frozen myth, Frozen 2 myth. So I don't know if they did it on purpose. Again, I there's the Disney Universal overlap is more incestuous as we discover, which I love, and it's great, and they should just help each other make cool things. But yeah,
Yeah,
that was
please. That would be
I was
amazing.
right. Just can't we all get along? Now, yeah, that was so surprising and was the most scary. Galkin. So don't miss that one if you're gonna go. And
Okay.
then I would say my award for the most intense was the very talked about Terrifier
Ooh.
house. Now, Terrifier is a movie franchise now that started off as like an indie cult hit that many people didn't watch. And then it became more and more popular when Terrifier 2 came out, which was the movie that made Art the Clown very famous in pop culture. Now he's that scary clown that's black and white, sharp teeth, little hat. He carries a black hefty trash bag around, and he's like this just murderous clown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Have you
familiar.
seen have you seen all of them? How many have you
I've
seen?
only seen the first one. There's only two, right?
There's three,
There are three? Dang, no,
but
I'm behind two.
okay, you might are you sure you didn't watch part two? Was Art the
I
Clown mainly
barely
in it?
started off the second one.
Okay.
That one's with his like sister or something, right?
Like Demon Girl? Yeah.
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 I only saw the very beginning of it. I can't remember why I turned off, but it did not happen.
Ugh. So, if anyone hasn't seen it yet and you want to be grossed out and prepared for Horror Nights, a lot of the Terrifier fan community, I don't think I'm part of it, but I do like it. But they say you could start at part two. So I followed that and it seemed to work. You could start at part two and watch part three. And if you just want more of the lore, watch part one. And it's one of those movies where the director didn't make the movie he wanted based on budget. So when he got the budget after the first one, Terrifier 2 is really the movie he wanted to make. So that's why he's like, don't even bother with the other one.
Oh,
So yeah,
dang.
and part two is like all Art the Clown. Like it's all about him. And anyway, so he's like walking all over the Universal Park throughout the night, even in the lit areas, like if you go into like guest services to like get your check-in or whatever, he's even in there, like messing around with the cashiers. It's pretty scary. And he just has like a creepy personality, which seems to, based on if you cast the right person, they all look like the real Art the Clown. So they did a good job with the casting and the makeup. But now in the house itself, it was very scary. So he was popping out left and right. They replicated tons of scenes from the movie perfectly, even like dream sequences perfectly. And then they had tons of gore. Like we're talking blood and intestines being just like ripped out in front of you. Um, the the mix of visual effects, practical effects, and actors were seamless. Like there was one scene where the entire kill happens in front of you, which is one of the things I like about Terrifier, the movie. It's so stupid. Like it's so over the top that it's like fatalities, Mortal Kombat fatalities.
Yeah.
So like to be able to see that in front of you is crazy what to happen. And I couldn't tell if like who was the actor? Was it the clown that was killing the victim? Were they both actors, or was it, those, they have those Halloween costumes where it looks like an alien is running holding the person,
Yeah.
but it's really just an illusion. I didn't know if it was that. Yeah, it was so well done, and I was freaking out. It was really good. And then they added some Disney style smellulators. What do we call those things? Scent
Smellitzers.
smellitzers. So there was
Some
a
4D
scene,
action.
4D action. There was a scene where you had to walk through a very narrow corridor, including like a U-turn, like in real life, of public bathroom stalls.
Ew.
And it had shit everywhere. Like, and it,
Ew.
it looked real, like, because it was wet somehow. Ugh,
Oh God.
ugh, like it was shiny. And yeah, there was like dripping noises, and it was like extra damp in there. So you just felt dirty.
Oh.
And then the smellitzers. And it wasn't just shit. It was perfect. It smelled like a New York City subway on a hot summer day. Like,
Like that beautiful blend of piss and shit.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. Tenderloin San Francisco smell on a hot day. So well done to that team who did that. And then the part that
Imagine that was so fun coming up with that smell. Ugh.
oh god,
Can you
yeah.
imagine?
I'm thinking too there were no pop outs in that room. Like who would want to be in there?
Although we don't need it.
Yeah,
This
we don't
isn't
need it.
enough.
And then the room that was getting most people talking leading up to Horror Nights of the past couple of weeks was this downpour of blood, to the point where you get so soaked. People were saying like Splash Mountain, people who went to team member previews. And then in before you get into this house, there is a booth selling ponchos, just like Jurassic Park River Ride. They're selling clear ponchos. There's huge signs before you enter the queue saying you may get wet. So you get to the end, and at the end of the maze or house, and then there's two ways to continue on toward the exit. Like it says dry path and wet path. So of course you're gonna take the wet path. I mean, you already waited in line and you went through the whole thing. So we took the wet path, and at least on the night we went, it was like not bad at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed because all the build up. Like I barely got wet. It was just mostly like large chunks of water, but not a bunch of chunks of water.
Okay. I
So if
can't
you
picture a chunk of water. So you're
if
hit like in random spots with water.
yeah, and if you're walking, you're missing most of them. And they make it so intense that you're kind of running. Like I kind of ran over the metal thing with the stuff dripping. So it wasn't too bad, to the point where I would have been mad if I bought a poncho. And I was disappointed because I wanted to get soaked, and they kept saying it was blood, but it was dark and they had projection, so it was supposed to feel like blood. You know what I'm thinking? It reminds me of is on Pirates of the Caribbean, the cannon water, that
Yeah.
that splash,
Okay.
like
Okay. That's not bad.
big ones, but
Big
not
old
yeah,
droplets.
big
Yeah.
old droplets. Yeah. So it is what it was. I don't know. The dry path, I'm assuming, didn't have anything. But it's only a few days in, and Reddit has different variations of experiences. So maybe they're testing. I don't know.
Maybe they're being nice to the VIPs on the special night.
Right? I'm like, get me soaked. We even saved it
Yeah,
for
that's true.
last.
Again, going back to that, like people who bought those tickets are big Halloween people, probably, right?
Yeah.
But let me ask you this for our listeners and myself. Is it just regular water, or do I need to bring clothes? I don't mind getting screwed up a little bit.
Um, I was telling everybody that they're gonna get blood on them. I knew it was gonna be water because I already read ahead. So no, it is just
It's
like
not like colored water
projection
or
effects,
anything.
not colored
Okay.
water.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
Similar to there's a actually they did I felt like there was a lot of that this year in all of the houses, where you're getting splattered with stuff, which is
Oh,
also a
interesting.
thing at Epic Universe. So I like that because your eyes see something and then you assume it is that getting you wet. Just like in
Yeah.
some of the Disney rides that would do the sneezing on you, like in Honey, I Blew Up
Yep.
the Kid. Yeah.
Totally that.
Gross. Yeah, so most intense
Honey,
with
I
yeah,
Shrunk the Audience, excuse you.
oops, Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. Now, I'm definitely going to go back so that I can rank the other four houses I didn't do
Yeah,
yet.
well, you're gonna get stuck going back with us in
Whoops.
about a month from now, right?
Yeah. I think that
Yep.
is a conclusion we can come to on today's episode because I did say I'm going to go do the premiere. And if I feel like I need to go back and I recommend it, then I'll definitely go back. So, yeah, there's so much more to see. Even the other houses I didn't put on this list that I went to, again, they were great. The one that I didn't like, if anyone does have to choose one to um, deprioritize, was the doll house. It was
Okay.
called Dolls Let's Play Dead. Yeah, it was like something you could see in any city type of thing
Yeah,
that
we've been here, done
they
this.
do at the mall. Yeah.
Got
It
it.
it looked kind of nice. It was like you got shrunk down and you were supposed to be going through a scary dollhouse. So that's that. And
Cool.
then the ones I skipped, more or less on purpose, if since we had to choose, was I skipped the wrestling WWE one. It's called The Horrors of
Yeah, we can skip that one. Sorry. Sorry. I know there's fans out there,
I
but
know. It's called The
how do they
Horrors
make that into? Actually, I'm curious
of
because
the
it makes it
Wyatt
into a
Six.
horror themed.
Yeah, so this was the one leading up to that a lot of the chatter was like, question mark. Even my sister and brother-in-law, who are fans of WWE, were like, what? Why is it there?
Yeah.
So from what I've seen, it's fine. It looks like they took some of the spooky side of wrestling, like Undertaker and that. I don't think it is him, but it's stuff like that. It also reminds me of Dead by Daylight. It's like these creepy killers, like in
Oh, okay.
pig masks and rabbit masks and stuff. And apparently you go through a wrestling match. So like you walk through the camera room and studio and then onto the ring and like everyone in the audience is dead. I don't really know. It's something like that. So it's a little more literal than I thought. And then also they found some spooky things. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I haven't heard good or bad about it, so I haven't been on it. But same as you, as my first instinct was like, if I have to miss something, that's on that short list. We also missed something called Hatchet and Chains Demon Bounty Hunters. The artwork for that actually looks pretty cool. It reminds me of old, like not old, but like the that style of like Quentin Tarantino over the top horror gore and Robert Rodriguez, that type of thing. So I
Okay.
would like to go back and see that. It's like cowboys and things like that. The other one that I missed was called El Artista, a Spanish haunting. I was actually looking forward to this, so I just couldn't get to that one. That one is supposed to take place in the country of Spain, and you go and see this artist who's gone mad as they've been painting things. And the last one I missed was Fallout. Now, this was the second biggest. No, I'd say maybe it was like with the big top three that people were looking forward to because it had a
Hmm.
fandom. So Fallout, huge video game franchise, now is an HBO TV series. This house was based on the HBO TV series. And
Okay. Okay.
I really like the show. It's not horror or scary to me. It's more like sci-fi. So I skipped that one knowing it wouldn't be scary. And that's kind of the most average thing I've been hearing is it's not scary, but it's like really cool looking. So save that one for another time. So those are the four I skipped and why I skipped them. And let's see. Oh, I should give another shout out to one I did go to, which was Jason Universe. I am a huge fan of Friday the 13th and Jason Voorhees and everything about it. And it's so cheesy and campy. And especially us, grew up in like the 80s and 90s. It was always on TV. Even if it was like the edited one, it would be playing
Right.
on like
Yeah.
TNT. It'd be like part three, part four, part five. Yeah. It was also one of the first like movie franchises that got me into the fascination with like movie canon because the sequels never respected what happened before it, so nothing made sense. And like back in like the Fangoria magazine days, like that was what the chatter was, is like this is in canon, not canon, and there's like four different variations of the Jason universe. So what was cool was in this one they just brought all of it. So some of the best hits, some of the best scenes were in it. They even brought his mother like in the camp from the original part one. It was really good, really well done. I like him so much that he's not scary to me anymore. Kind of like Chucky. I was
Yeah,
excited. Yeah.
yeah, right.
He's like a rock star. And there were definitely some pop outs, but I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. Or they did that kill scene or this one. So Jason Universe was really good. So if you're a fan of, classic slasher films and or obviously Friday the 13th, I think they did that one justice. There was one other that I did that was called Grave of Flesh. This was kind of classic spooky horror, graveyard, zombie hell. Really good. There's so many good jump scares, well designed. And I would say between the zombie one, Grave of Flesh, and the frozen looking one, those were the two scariest where we were on the ground, we were bumping into the group in front of us, or it was happening to us from behind us. Like people were getting really scared at the on those two.
That's funny.
So back to your original question, did it happen where we bumped into people? Yep, on those two very scary
But it's
ones.
because you're so scared that you ran
You keep
through half
running
of it.
and
Yeah.
you're willing to miss what looks like a pretty cool scene. You just don't want it. You're like, no,
You
no, no,
like,
no, no,
can't
no.
can't right now. Yeah.
Yep. So that was those were the houses. And see, you can already tell why you can't fit it all, even in a
Yeah, it's a
premium screen
lot.
night. Yeah.
It's a
That
lot.
was I did six houses. Okay, did the show. I told you about the shows, heavy metal, punk, sexual. The food. The food was really good. I mentioned it was all included. So some that I wanted to give a shout out to were the Terrifier sunflower butter cookies. So they made it look like the sunglasses that Art the Clown wears in the movie. For
That's
like
cute.
he wears it for like 5 seconds, but it's become iconic. Like it's the image people show. So they had that. And surprisingly, it tasted good, just like a nice butter cookie. Like I thought it would just be like too sweet or gross, but it actually tasted okay. But yeah, it looked pretty. And then they had this really large mozzarella stick thing that was really good. They had a fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich with red hot chili
Whoa.
peppers on it.
Whoa.
Yes. And that was very good. Um, and
Interesting.
it was warm, so like the peanut butter like was melting
Like
onto you.
gooey,
It's gooey,
yummy.
yeah. So that was really cool, and the kick made it feel horror, like whatever they're trying to do, it
Right?
worked.
Yeah, the spice.
Um, and they had, let's see, oh, they had twisted taters, which we had together. Do you remember it was like around a stick? They had around a stick. They had fried carrot cake. It was deep fried and battered. So this was like in a carnival area section.
That
So
tracks. Yeah.
cursed carnival, I think. Freakishly long corn dog that had jalapeno ranch and all this crispy bacon all wrapped around it. So good. That was really good.
Dang, you ate hella food.
I did. And then I tried like some werewolf sour ale, and that was really good. And I thought, okay, it was advertised that only the special things were free, but no, we even went up to like the churro carts, free churro. We got churro. Popcorn, free popcorn, bottled water, soda was all included. And then luckily toward the end, there was one more place we didn't see. There was so many food booths. We found another one that I think it was in the Spain section that had grilled shrimp on garlic bread, just like a tapa style. I think they even called it gambon or something. And oh my God, it was so good. And they were grilling it right in front of you. I was like, first of all, this is a theme park. That's too nice of you.
Yeah.
Like it smells so good. And second of all, I kept saying, is this free? I couldn't not it's not free, right? It's included, but I still couldn't
Right.
believe it that they were just doing that. So I
I'm
think
I'm
that is
actually I'm
enough.
still
Yeah.
impressed. Yeah.
So you could try everything, Shakira. Try everything, Zootopia. Try everything. And I still didn't get to all the food. There was so much more. There was like this pizza skull that I wanted. It was a giant uh pizza crust that was the shape of a skull, and when you tore it open, the cheese and tomato sauce came out. And
Ooh.
can you believe I also missed there's a pizza restaurant that we had gone to in Universal. It looks like normally New York City, I think, like red and white checkered tables. Um, we went there with SeaWorld, Group
Mhm.
SeaWorld, Team
Oh yeah,
SeaWorld.
yeah, yeah.
And we were there. So apparently they overlaid this entire pizza place into Freddy Fazbear's.
Oh, how
And yeah. And I didn't even go
cute.
in there. There's so much to go to. So yeah, we got to go back to that. And the scare zones, yeah, just well done. They are on a roll, Universal is. Let's keep it going, everyone.
Super cool. So you are going back, but would you go back to this premium night again?
I would go back to the premium night again, mainly because of the food and drink. Um, and the reason I say that is because at the exit, when we were waiting for Benny, Benny Bronco, my car, which by the way, the valet was free, included with my annual pass.
Very nice.
And normally on special events, they don't allow that. And I was willing to pay because I knew it was going to be crowded, and it's a much better security experience at the valet parking. But yeah, it was included, so that was just a nice another little touch. I guess they didn't consider it a special event tonight, whatever. And then, but anyways, I was waiting with other theme park enthusiasts out there who, uh, to be quite frank, were like bringing down the mood. Like we were so happy, and they were
Oh,
like, "What did you think about it this year?" I was like, she was like dressed as like this purple horror thing. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, it was amazing, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, what's your favorite thing? And we are talking about it. And she's like, well, how did it compare to last year? And I said, I don't know. This is the first time I went. So apparently she went to both, and she said that last year there were much less people and that everything was a walk on, like 5 to 10 minutes. Now, for us, the most we waited was 30, and the least we waited was walk on. So I didn't understand. Like I was not mad. Everything was fine. So I guess it was even shorter before, and they let more people in this year, but it was not noticeable to a first timer. So I will say that.
okay.
Yeah.
I would say 30 minutes feels a little long, but
And I think that was a big one. I think that might have been Freddy. And like Terrifier, we waited 10 because we did the thing where we waited to do it last. So
could
yeah,
you go through things more than once?
yeah, you can go through things more than
Nice. Very
once.
nice.
And by the end of the night, I mean fluctuate, not by the end of the night, because I think people were, again, these are enthusiasts, so a lot of people were applying the same strategies. So at night, things didn't drop the way they normally do. So it just kept fluctuating throughout the night. Like sometimes
Yeah.
there'd be 7 houses on 5 minute wait, and then all of a sudden one would be 30. So I think it was fine, not enough to complain at all. And even if they just gave you unlimited bottled water, I would pay for that. Remember how hot it gets and
That
miserable and
wasn't even in
uncomfortable?
August. That
Yeah.
was October, wasn't it? It was
Yep.
like
And they
so
had
hot.
Powerade. So I had Powerade in one hand, I had a water in the other. It was just nice. It was comfortable. There it is. It's comfortable. I would say RIP is also comfortable, but it's during a very crowded normal night. So
Yep.
there's your
Yep.
trade-off,
Nice.
best and worst.
Well, I want to try to make it to Universal also over on the West Coast. I just looked at their houses. We have the same, it sounds like the same top four, like Five Nights at Freddy's, Terrifier, Jason, the Universe, and Fallout, right? Those are like the big ones.
Oh, yep, yep.
Then we also have this one called The Horrors of the Wyatt Six.
That's the
No idea.
WWE, I think.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Uh-huh. Weird wrestling.
It says something about the ominous doorway of their shadowy realm. Oh, it goes, you're about to meet your match. I bet that's where the wrestling
Oh, dun
comes
dun
in.
dun. Good pun.
Then it has Scarecrow, music by Slash, which is funny.
Oh, Scarecrow, by
Um,
the way, is one of the permanent houses just opened in Las Vegas. I think it's an expanded version of that.
oh, how Oh man, I
Whoops.
don't want to go to Vegas. Okay.
Whoops.
And then they have Monstrous 3, The Ghosts of Latin America.
Mm.
That one looks super cool. La Llorona, La Mulona, and La Ciguanaba.
So
My best
TBH,
try.
I thought that's what we had. So when I found out it was this whole other storyline called El Artista about an artist in Spain, I was disappointed because I thought we were getting that cool one with three Latin American supernatural
That's
things.
super cool they have that.
I love
But the
it.
one I am most excited about and it made me like sign the dotted line to go to Halloween Horror Nights this year is they have a freaking poltergeist house. You know how much I freaking love poltergeist.
Ooh. And it has Preacher Kane. Is he in it with the
I don't
hat?
know.
That's pretty creepy. The TV scene must be in it with the hands on the
Oh my
TV.
God, could you imagine? It
The
says
clown.
spirits will lure you through the TV's glow, whisper into a surreal landscape where you'll be menaced by the rage-fueled beast.
Creepy. OMG. Okay, so you will be going to Hollywood Horror Nights and reporting back
Hopefully,
at
I
some
have to
point.
see if I can like there's a lot already going on, so I have to make sure I even have time for it. But I would love, in a perfect world, to do a bunch of these local haunts, and make it to Halloween Horror Nights, and make it to Not Scary Farm. But we'll see what I can get done. But I definitely will go down on weeknights. I don't care. Let's roll.
Do it. And you live in SoCal now.
I know I want to
Yeah.
do it all. I'm so excited. Best
Uh,
season.
Halloween season. Let me think. I don't think I have any more left here. I did Mickey's and I did Horror Nights. I could find out what are some of the local ones down here in Central and South Florida now that I'm
Yeah.
new
Go
to it.
look up the Disney houses too, like during closer to Halloween, like I was talking about, like the ones that do
Oh
their full
yeah.
decorations and just go do a
Yes.
drive around.
There's
Yeah.
some cool neighborhoods here. Celebration, Independence. Yeah, I gotta
Yeah,
check that out.
for sure.
Um, okay, speaking of people who are big Disney fans and decorate for Halloween, there was a big Disney fan convention this last weekend, Labor Day weekend, over on the East Coast, D23's Destination D23. And although neither of us went, kind of was trying to peek on the sidelines from my peripheral. And from what I've seen, eh, nothing too exciting, but I think that's okay. I think you and I had a conversation on the podcast about, a good Destination D23 should be more about the panels and some of these intimate, very niche topics and bringing in some of those people. So I believe they did have some of that for people who wanted that. Um, they announced a couple of things that tickled my fancy, like a new original Disney animated feature film coming out as soon as I think next year or within the next couple of years called Hexed, Hexed. And this is about a child who has magical powers and they think they're weird because they don't know what's wrong with them. So the mother takes the child on a quest to learn more, and the child finds out that they are magical, and there's a whole hidden world of all types of magical people.
Yeah, this one sounds fun. It sounds like a nice dark ride.
Yes. Hopefully colorful. Some of the concept art look nice. So
Yeah,
that's called
I
Hexed.
for some reason thought they said November of this year. And I was like, what? But I guess
What?
it's November of next year. So I was like, oh, okay, that makes more sense for just, I'm
26.
like, did they announce this? And this is just, they make their announcements where you think it's actually brand new, but we've already told us something before.
Right. And yeah, that is coming out so quick, right? Yeah, like a year. So we'll see. That's called Hex. No trailer or anything like that. Another thing that tickled my fancy was they announced that the Disney Destiny, so that's one of the next cruise ships coming soon. That's the one that's all about heroes and villains. It also has Spider-Man as the character on the back of the ship for this one. Or is it the front? Whatever. They're both dull. Nothing is pointy, I don't think. But it's where they usually have like Mickey or Rapunzel, some different person. But anyways, they are adding some immersive live entertainment to the bars at just on the Disney
How
Destiny.
fun.
So going from lounge to lounge around the ship. will be Dr. Facilier from The
Nice.
Princess and the Frog, and he will be doing up close magic tricks, parlor tricks at the tables, right?
Yes, Queen, let's
Yes,
go.
Queen. Intimate, just for your table. Quiet. Yes, Queen. He'll probably be super flamboyant, fun, casted. Oh my gosh.
How fun.
And
That's
people have
very
been
cool.
wanting him, right? People are mad that he's not on Tiana ride. So now we got him on a ship.
I thought for sure we're gonna get like a dark, every dark ride has a dark section.
Yes. I mean,
No Dr. Facilier.
it is commented on Reddit all the time as like the biggest miss of any animatronic, I mean,
How
of any
funny.
Imagineering design was how did you not make the drop of Splash Mountain, the scene
Yeah,
from Princess and the Frog, the voodoo scene, yeah.
unbelievable.
And it's like really and then you go down. Um, so anyways, that was exciting. And then they also made an announcement that with the success of Disneyland's brand new Walt Disney animatronic, covered here by you on the Disneyholic show, that they have at Disneyland, they are now going to add a Walt Disney animatronic to Disney World's Magic Kingdom Carousel of Progress.
Very cool.
Love it. And it's going to be a brand new scene. So the Disneyland version is going to be very different than what Walt talks about at the Disney World version. And his is going to be all about the Carousel of Progress and what you're about to see. And then you get to see all the scenes.
Can we talk about this for a second? Because
Yeah.
the concept art is a younger Walt than the Walt that we have here. So I love that it's different. However, it's Epcot in the concept art, and Epcot did not turn out the way Walt wanted it or envisioned it. So I feel like that's a really interesting choice. I wonder what they're going to do with that. What do you think?
I think have they're going to have him talk about the things he thought of when he was that age at that time, like when Carousel of Progress was being made, so that as if he were to introduce the scene when that show came out and he introduced it every day live, I feel like that's what they're gonna do. So I think yes, there's gonna be some things that are maybe hilariously didn't come to fruition. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be really fun for us Disney holics, right? That get
Uh-huh.
it. Other people will not even think anything of it. But I love it too. I think even remember the performer we saw recently, Noah Sunday Lefkowitz?
Yeah.
He posted about this too, and he was like mind blown. And he's like, you know what? It's fine because that first scene is just a curtain, and that's the first thing I thought of too. Or it's just like they literally said in that announcement that he's going to be introducing Carousel of Progress, so it's going to be in that room.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's going to be like the curtain down and then once we're all seated, because that room serves a dual purpose. It's not just a showroom, it's also a loading and unloading
Yeah.
space, right? So you can have Walt behind a curtain. Once we're all seated, doors are closed. They could raise the curtain, have Walt do his thing, and then we start rotating. So that I think that's great. I think it's really cool.
So exciting. And it's just such a perfect spot. Like the same way that the moments with Abraham Lincoln Theater was something he would love to become an animatronic in, at least in
Right.
my mind. Like Carousel
Yeah,
of Progress,
yeah.
right, would be the next coolest thing. And all they need to do next is, I think my sister said it, add the Sherman
Sherman
Brothers
Brothers.
animatronics playing music and talking about how they make music with the rides that they build. Oh, that'd be so cool.
Could you imagine they produce like a Sherman Brothers song where they walk us through the whole thing singing? They're just like
Wow.
always there on a side pit thing, like the Country Bear Jamboree while the stage rotates and they just sing about the progress instead.
That would be so cool. And
So cute.
I I am requesting it here. Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Um, were there any other things that tickled your fancy?
I am not gonna lie, it is Tuesday night and I still haven't really read up on it. I was very busy this weekend.
Yeah, it's
And
okay.
including hanging out with a bunch of other Disney holics. Shout out to everyone who came over and we barbecued and had a pool party, which is really fun. But like, I just haven't been on my phone a lot and I'm behind. So, the only other thing I think you already want to talk about is the castle. It's the only thing I could think of.
Oh yeah.
Um,
So it's good that you're off your phone because you would have thought that there were so many Disney breaking news updates because our friends and bloggers out there love to make everything breaking news.
It's
And
so annoying.
I think at this point, like they know it's not, right? Like they know
Yeah. They want the clicks. That's
they
all it
right.
is. Like
Yeah. Like is this
they're
a
getting
joke?
paid. This has become a job for people. I'm not
Yeah.
talking trash. I am being literally just serious. Like people actually get paid for this and they've made it their career. Like they have quit their jobs and they do this for a living. So they almost have to
Yeah. It's
also,
so
you
bad.
know what I
And
mean?
they probably like use ChatGPT now to be like, how do you make this headline
Yeah, make
sensational?
this.
But it'll be like breaking news, uh Cinderella Castle being repainted. And so I'm like, okay. So then the breaking news is, hey, the temporary overlay of pink for the 50th is being removed and replaced by the original design. Like that entire sentence is just a normal thing that makes complete sense, is not breaking, and is what happens after something temporary goes
Right.
away. So, okay, yeah, we're all excited, most of us, right? That the castle is going back to the OG kind of gray, blue, and gold, less of the Disneyland pink pastel for the Disney World's 50th. But yeah, these
I always
breaking
thought
news
that was a weird
headlines.
choice too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
It's
weird.
like,
And
why did they do that?
it's like with any big birthday, right? They kind of string it along 3 to 4 years. And so that's what they did. And but every little piece like this of D23 that came out was breaking news everywhere. And it was stressing me out because I couldn't figure out what was the actual breaking news. And I think I brought it to you. I think that was all the big ones was a new movie, Facilier on the Destiny, and then Carousel of Progress update. And then there were other small things like the castle.
Well, you're missing one of the biggest things.
What? Is it a panel? Something about a panel?
No,
Disney princesses?
it's an
Um,
announcement.
oh, maybe I did miss it. Was it a live action announcement?
It's the dates of D23
Oh, yep.
next year. Thank you very much.
Yep. Okay, so D23, what we used to call Expo, the big one, the Comic Con of Disney, is now when? August
August something.
in
Yeah,
2026.
it's D23 2026 August. Let's see what the internet can tell me in a split second here. August 14th through the 16th.
There we go. And that goes with my plan to get a Magic Key in September.
Yes, I was like very happy when
Yep.
I saw that. I'm like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Get a
Which means you're also
Magic
going to
Key.
be out here in like a week,
Yeah,
two
less than a
weeks.
couple of weeks for Gay Days Anaheim.
Yeah.
Yep, got my red t-shirts in the
Oh my
mail.
God. Also, it has been confirmed that they are using Honda Center again, by the way, for D23.
Interesting.
So you'll get to see that for your first
Yeah,
time. I'm very excited for
there we
that.
go.
Cool. Oh my gosh. So much to look forward to. I can't wait for Gay Days. It's gonna be heck of fun. I officially canceled my Mouse Adventure, which I'm so bummed about, but they did it the same night and there's so many cool events going on. I'm not gonna
Yes.
miss.
Overlap. And it's only once a year. We'll do Mouse Adventure
Yeah.
in the next
You
season.
can play this. It's called Pixie Dash Dust. It's in the evening. You can play it anytime you want. It's just not competitive if you play it without it. I'm fine with that. I'll just play it some other night.
Some other night.
Womp womp.
Well, tonight's episode was a Scream. Halloween continues. Went to Orlando's Halloween Horror Nights, and we have still much more to report on both coasts Horror Nights throughout the season. And we talked about the breaking news updates from Destination D23.
Yes, so thank you all for listening, and we hope you enjoyed episode 256 of the Disney Holics Show.
Follow us on social media at the Disneyholics.
And if you'd like to get in touch, send us a DM on Instagram or contact us at thedisneyholics.com.
Okay,
Goodbye.
bye.